Normally on Sunday morning, lately, all we're using is the David's mic and the black mic for Nathan. And so I get those out, I check them and turn them on, make sure the batteries are okay, and put them out here. This is David's mic stand. You can see it's a boom stand. And he uses this when he's conducting the choir. When he's leading congregational singing, he'll hold it in his hand. But when he's conducting the choir, he'll have that mic in the boom stand here, and he'll turn the stand around the other way. And he'll conduct the choir and sing into this, and we will mix his voice into the monitors that they hear, but not into his. It's for them to cue off of. So that's what this is for. We have the 4 choir mics I mentioned earlier. It's always a constant battle to keep them pointed the right way and arranged. The choir gets rearranged, people bump into them and knock them out of whack. If you get them too close to somebody, a single voice sticks out. If you have them too far away from people, they don't pick up very well.
So if someone was right,
Question?
if someone was right here, would it stick out a lot?
It no.
Or if
No,
they were
because you
one
see how it's
back?
pointed? They're directional, like I told you. The way these are pointed right now, they'll pick up the second row better. But if it's far enough away from you, it's going to pick up the people on either side of you just as well as it's going to pick up you.
Okay.
Where we run into trouble is with somebody that's got an extra loud voice that's standing directly in line with one.
Or who's extra tall?
Yeah, or extra tall. So, these little mic holder stands are for the praise team mics when they, Sydney, when the praise team has the colored mics, we put these in here. And the same as we do with the other mics. We check the batteries on them, make sure they're working. And here, we also check our battery levels before the service to make sure that we're good before the service starts. Sometimes I'll be sending y'all down, as Anna well knows, sometimes I'll send you down here to check microphones just before the service starts and make sure they don't need batteries.
Yeah, because sometimes they will need batteries and they'll die in the middle of the service if we don't.
Well, generally, if it shows 2 bars on the microphone, that's good for a couple of hours or more. So if it's down to 2 bars, don't worry about it. If it's down to a single bar, we change it. Okay?
Okay.
Questions here?
Nope.
I mentioned the pulpit mic being different. You can see this is actually a little bit too tall for most people. At this range right here, you'll notice if Clay is here, it's about the right height, that it's right in his face, and every time he says a word that starts with P, it goes, puh.
I didn't know that. I was thinking of that. I'm like,
Oh,
So,
every time Clay's
really-
talking, he's like,
We're putting all this on video, so any discussion that goes on the video is going to just be a permanent record, so remember that.
yeah.
This microphone should ideally be a little bit shorter, and they're really designed to be used at this kind of a distance, not with your face right in it. Or maybe if it's up here like this, back from it. If you get right up on this kind of a mic, it's going to have that problem. But these are not close proximity mics. They're not dynamic mics, so they don't work by themselves without power. We send what is called phantom power through the microphone cable to power the mic, to make it operate. Without the phantom power, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't pick up. So I'll show you about that on the mixer another time. But these are also, they're pretty expensive and very delicate. As a lot of our stuff is, particularly these handheld wireless mics. And so somebody grab me, did we leave the whole mic case out there?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Bring me one microphone out there and bring me a belt pack.
Did you lock it?
No, that extra belt pack really quickly while we're here. Sydney may not know this, Anna already knows this. These microphones are turned on with this red button. Press and hold it about 2 or 3 seconds till it lights up, and then it's on.
Mute, it just says mute.
It said mute, but now it doesn't. See, the name of the mic is there, white number 9, and the battery indicator. That's all we do. If you go to turn it off, let me show you again. Press and hold, turn it on. If you just touch it, it goes into, it mutes itself, the signal it's sending. So you don't want to just touch it. You touch it again, it comes back to normal. You press and hold to turn it off. Press and hold. Okay. Now, here's how you change the batteries. It unscrews right here at this spot, slides out, flip this up, squeeze these plastic right here, and the batteries will pop up.
Like that one that popped out.
Yep, let me show you. Let you do it. Squeeze it to get the batteries out.
Go. I got them out.
Squeeze right there so you can get them.
I did get them out. It's just I left them in.
Well, they come out easier the other direction.
Oh no, it's stuck on.
Try this. Try this. Squeeze down here so they pop up on this one.
I caught it the first time, I didn't catch it the second time. I don't know if I put it in right.
It's right. There you go. Now,
Yeah.
see, the spring goes against the base and the pointed end is opposite. They both face the same way. Okay, fold it down, close it up, screw it back together, super tight. Okay, here's how, same way with the belt pack mics, these work on the same channels as those. So, like I said earlier, this says yellow on it. You don't want to be using the yellow handheld while you're using this. They compete for the signal and it's a disaster. Okay, so you open this lid by squeezing the sides here. And this is the on, press and hold, same as before. Okay, the microphone's connecting to this jack here, and they've got a little thumb screw thing that tightens around those threads.
So it doesn't just easily get pulled out.
Yeah. So, belt clip. We'll talk about the microphones used with this another day. Okay.
Do you want me to go put this back?
No, wait till we finish. Let's do a few things, look at a few things here in the pit, and that's all we're going to be able to cover today.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. I mentioned earlier a direct box. For instance, this keyboard has to have a direct box to connect into the system. This is a direct box. 1/4-inch instrument cable, not a speaker cable. 1/4-inch instrument cable comes from the output of the keyboard there, you see. Goes into this box. Either side, this is the way this is marked. Either side doesn't matter. Some of them say in and out. They'll say in and out. You have to pay attention to where you connect it. These don't matter. It's parallel inputs. So that connector goes there. Your microphone cable, XLR cable goes into this side, and this goes to the wall.
And
to
then
your-
the same
to your
thing, you
jack.
turn it on.
Well, we leave that for the musicians normally. We don't turn on or do anything with the instruments in here. The only reason I turn on that piano in there is because different people come in and play it all the time. One person will come in and play one song and be done with it. So we don't have to worry about that. Let's take a look at this microphone and the piano while we're here. Ennis, go back where you were. Let's lay this music down on the piano bench in order so it doesn't get mixed up. And that one will be on the left. Okay? So we use this piano with what they call with the lid, what they call a half stick. And he takes this cover completely off and he folds this back. This is all Simon's. This is all for Simon to do, not for us. I'm just doing this to show you. This all stays. You see we got 2 lengths of sticks here. The full stick and a half stick. We operate it with a half stick
Why not the full stick?
because it lets out too much sound. With a half stick, it directs the sound from all the different tones of the strings toward this microphone. This is the piano microphone right here, stuck to the wall. It's velcroed to the wall there. With the system's on, you'll see a little green pilot light on here so you know it's working. This is a condenser mic, just like the pulpit, so it requires phantom power. And the green light will tell you that it's got phantom power. It's very sensitive. So we need the lid open this much for it to sound right. If the lid's down, the sound is all compressed and ugly sounding. You open this up, it lets it breathe, it lets the sound breathe. It directs the sound toward the microphone without letting it be exposed too much to the room.
Go all haywire.
Yeah. So that's the technique we use for miking the piano. The flute, we have the flautist using a head-worn microphone just like what the preacher used. And that works wonderfully. She has her own little body pack with a head-worn mic. And she wears it right here on this side of her face, and it points right at the instrument, and the sound comes out of the body of the instrument. So it works perfectly. So that's how we mic the flute. The guitars get mic'd in several different ways. An acoustic guitar, we're not going to move them. This acoustic guitar on the left, if it has a pickup in it, it connects to his amplifier with an instrument cable, which he has here. And the amplifier amplifies the sound, and we got this mic. This is a special mic for a guitar amplifier that hangs in front of the speaker. The silver side is labeled front and faces into the speaker. That's the same kind of microphone that's over there you'll see on Nathan's lead guitar amplifier. Another microphone we have on an amp is that one behind you is it's a SM57. It's an instrument mic. Earlier I showed you the vocal mic. It's an SM58. This one's designed for instruments. That's also the same mic we have over there on the cello. And the reason we have one on his amp instead of a guitar mic is because sometimes he needs to take it and put it on a taller stand, a straight stand, when he's playing a banjo or something that can't be plugged straight in.
Yeah.
The banjo doesn't have a pickup on
I
it.
had a problem with trying to get the noise from that one.
So that mic, he does that himself. He puts it on a taller stand right in front of the instrument. Nothing we have to worry about.
I thought you
But
said
that's
that-
why it's there.
Not you, but someone said that he normally does is it either him or someone else who normally does their own music, and we don't have to mess with it. I think it's a bass.
The bass player sits where you are,
Yeah.
and his amp is right there, and his instrument's connected through a direct box into the amp. It doesn't have a microphone. I mentioned earlier these personal monitor mixers, and we should touch on this really quickly while we're here. These are called the ME1. That's the model number. If I tell you to go take something for their ME1, this is what I'm talking about. And these are made to work with our mixer, our sound console that we have up there. It's all computer controlled. These are capable of mixing their own thing to send into their earbuds, or it could be patched into like a little hotspot monitor like that instead of earbuds. But they all use them usually with like as in-ear monitors. And when the system's not on, there's no good information for this box to work with. So it says strange things. It'll say, it's like this one here. Well, for an instant there, I saw it said alto. Here we go, soprano. That says that's soprano. We don't have anything labeled soprano anymore. That's because this is old information that's stored in here that's not valid. When the system turns on, it all updates, it connects, they talk back and forth, and all of these will say something different. This will be David, like it says, and then it should be purple, blue, green, yellow, orange.
Talk.
And then Nathan's in there somewhere, bass,
Flute,
drums and piano are probably over here. So some of them are kind of right, but the system has to be on for these to work properly.
Oh.
If a musician sits down here to play and says, my box is not working, well, it may be that the system's just not turned on yet. And it's got to be turned on and up and running completely before this will work for them.
Okay.
Drum set, last thing we're going to cover before I have to run off. There's two microphones in that drum cage. There's an overhead mic that picks up everything else. And there's a kick drum mic that picks up the bass drum. Those two mics go into that little mixer over there on the table, that stand. Those two mics are mixed into a single channel that's plugged into a regular microphone jack. So we just got one channel coming from drums up to the board. It's pre-mixed air, one channel goes up to the board, and then we just got control over that one channel.
We're gonna run a soundproof.
So this is soundproof room, right, for just the drums?
It's not soundproof, but it does a good job of capturing and containing all the sound. The drum set would be really, really loud right here if it wasn't in that box, and that's,
Did we have a box like this one, that one band came? And then they were like, the drum.
I don't remember a band being here with a drum shield like that.
I do.
The shield's mostly for just to make sure the sticks don't fly.
Questions about the stuff we've talked about so far?
Nope, but can we go put these up?
Yep, you can put those up and then go join the rest of the group and work on those things, and I'm gonna go get our lunch.